having taken over the government during a world recession and a local recession is awfully difficult because unemployment would be high and on the rise. And so we believed that the most important thing that government could do was to come up with some specific strategies to try to ensure that people's skills are raised and ready for employment. And so the whole concept of the National Employment Passport program was born, and that is going to be our overarching program where we try to get persons who are currently unemployed back into the workforce. The first initiative is Passport to Success. Passport to Success is focused and targeted toward young people. Young people represent disproportionately the highest rate of unemployment within all populations globally. And so we're targeting young people in this first instance between the ages of 16 and 19 and trying to ensure that we give them the base skills for success. Passport to Success is an 11-week program. It is outsourced to the Wellness Center who are running it on behalf of the ministry. And they have been charged with selecting the young people that participated in this first pilot group.
Our goal was to structure it as much like a real work environment as possible. Obviously that's difficult because we're at an educational location and it's structured much like a classroom. A lot of the day is spent in instruction and teaching, so it feels a little bit like school, but it was also really intended to focus on work skills like being on time and being appropriate, working as a team, taking instructions, listening, all of those sorts of lessons. The program has a couple of different components. The first component is an assessment, and so we have done quite an extensive, comprehensive assessment of each participant so that we can really identify and hand back to government some real solid data on what it is that makes youth unemployment such a phenomenon in this country. What are the common denominators amongst young people that seem to be consistently creating barriers for them entering into the workplace? The other component is the 6-week curriculum where we've been working on very specific work skills. So we've been looking at communication skills and job searching skills. We've been looking at interviewing, everything related to the job search and to not only finding a job but keeping a job once you find it. And then the final part is the 2-week work placement where all of the participants will be going into the community and they'll be doing a 2-week work experience to put action into everything that they've learned.
Participants will be actively involved in activities related to building benches and doing other community activities that will benefit the community as a whole, and particularly here at ICCI, which have been so gracious in allowing us to use their property. We were very fortunate to have so many guest speakers and do so many industry site visits that we learned so much about what other people have learned from their own job experiences, but certainly things like being humble, being prepared to start at the bottom, to work really hard, to be committed, to have a positive attitude. I think those are some of the basic lessons that they'll take away, and certainly in participants' comments, they all seem to mirror that.
If a friend asks about the program, I would explain and tell them that the program is helpful for young people because they do need to know the basic skills in the workforce.
For my future, I want to become a computer engineer, and going through this program helps me to understand that I have to persist in anything I want, and it doesn't matter if I work in Burger King or Wendy's, as long as I get the job that I want in the future, even if it means working low, starting from low to the top.
I would explain this program as something that's necessary to be taken in order to get employment, because I mean there's so many young people coming out today that are unemployed, don't know how to write a proper resume, don't know how to conduct themselves. So it's a training that I think young people should come into and experience.
I'm happy to say that the private sector has been enthusiastic and has really stepped up to the plate. There have been 3 private sector firms who participated with us. Lime, CML Offshore and Butterfield Bank are all partners in this program, and I really wish to thank them on behalf of the government.
I think everybody in the private sector recognizes that skilled young Caymanians is a viable asset to any organization, and they've been willing to support this program because of that.